I'm not sure about that. It's hard to tell on whether that was a.
We can't overturn that call, Bill.
Nope. Shot was no good by Bonekemper. Reading with the rebound. Stidham with the ball. Down under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll be running back to playback times for this game and talk to you about some of the other games going on with ICRC Sports at the end of this quarter. Davis and a little look like football action down there. Mason Smith's used to that, being the quarterback for Reading's team. Ty Snow back in the ball game for Indian Hill. Matt Miller takes a seat on the bench. The plus for Miller, though, we've played almost the whole third quarter. At least he hasn't picked up that fourth foul yet. Wirtz underneath, blocked out of bounds. Wolfenden touched it last. Mason Smith now triggering in for the Blue Devils. Davis, three-point attempt, no good. We got a foul coming up off the ball.
I think it was a good idea to get Miller out of there.
Mason Smith picks up his second foul, and that is the fourth for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils only had 3 fouls the whole first half. They've got 4 in this quarter. Madden over the Beatty, and that's stolen away. Said he works, and that's stolen right back and in by Ty Snow. Whoa, what a play. Eddie Wirtz picks up the foul, and that's definitely a frustration foul.
Just a careless turnover.
I don't know if we've got that on the replay or not, but what a play by Ty Snow. And he now is at the foul line. Gonna maybe give them a chance to have their first double-digit lead, and he doesn't. Overbeck with the rebound. So it's still a 9-point lead. Stidham, Davis, Mason Smith, back to Stidham. Looking into Overbeck. For a moment, Ed, he had a good look at the basket.
Yeah, he got a little anxious. But, you know, and we've talked about it before, when the big guys bring it down to the waist, that's the equalizer for the smaller player to knock it away.
Well, he was pulled that whole Indian Hill offense to the left, and but he just couldn't hold on to the ball. Andrew Kariakis is back in the ball game also for Indian Hill. And another turnover for Indian Hill. Reading with the ball. Time ticking down to under 45 seconds go in this third quarter. Reading was behind 5 at halftime. Indian Hill down 9.
Reading's in need of a bucket here before the end of the third quarter.
Foul was on John.
Wolfenden.
That's John Wolfenden. That's his third foul, so he's picked up 3. Didn't see what it is. It looked like the referee was saying he pushed off. Davis. Mason Smith, Brinkman back in the ball game. I would think that's for offensive reasons.
Yes, absolutely.
And especially without Big Will Nolte in the game. So you've got the two big 6'7" guys for Reading are in the game. Overbeck and Brinkman. Overbeck three-pointer, no good. Andrew Kariakis with the rebound.
And that's kind of a difference where Reading, with being behind, they got to roll the dice a little bit.
Kariakis with the drive, it won't fall. Brinkman with the rebound. He's got Davis. Reading going to play for one shot now with under 9 seconds. Stidham almost loses it. Brinkman, or Overbeck three-pointer. Whoa, his third one. 6-point game, and I think coming back to it, Jim Prue was yelling up there. I think he wanted to travel, though, before that play.
Right.
But nevertheless, we have gone to 3 quarters, and it is a 6-point Indian Hill lead. We're going to run down those playback times. And I don't have them in front of me right now, so I'm hoping that magically on front of your screen the graphics are going to come up for our playback times for this game. You know, Ed, I find if I talk about it enough, it comes up just like that. So Thursday, January 27th, 10 a.m., Channel 4. Friday the 28th, 9 p.m., Channel 4. Saturday the 29th, 2 p.m., Channel 4. And Sunday the 30th, 5 p.m., Channel 24. A couple other games here we want to tell you about. On our East Side truck, they're covering another CHL action tonight. That's Deer Park at Marymount. They're also going to have the girls game, and this is going to be a big one. The girls, Marymount at Madeira on February the 1st, and that is essentially a CHL girls championship title on the line at that game, as both of those teams are right up there in contention. For all the playback times and also for SportsView playback time, I'll maybe talk a little bit about SportsView on timeout here. ICRCTV.com, you saw it up there in the graphics. You can go to that website. And once again, 772-4272, ICRC's number. Always need volunteers. I'd like to thank our volunteers coming out tonight in all of our games. Fourth quarter action here. There is Brinkman, short, and rebounded by Mason Smith underneath. I don't think you want your big guy out there doing that. Not Brinkman. He's not a three-point shooter.
No. He's more effective around the basket. And Overbeck, as we said, he's more of a swing player, and you know, he's made those 3 threes, which would certainly help Reading's cause.
The Mason Smith is an 88% foul shooter. He's got that one. I believe we call somebody like him Mr. Automatic.
Absolutely.
Back to a 4-point game. So Reading gets away with that one. There's Madden. Tried to dish it off to Nolte, who's back in the game. There's Overbeck with the ball. Stidham. This is a big possession for the Blue Devils right now. You can close that gap. Mason Smith, short. Overbeck, good hustle on the rebound, out of bounds. And they're going to say it's off of Reading. Nope, it's off Indian Hill. Sean Curtis triggering the ball in for Reading. Out deep to Rodney Stidham. Brinkman. Mason Smith. Overbeck, back out to Brinkman. Brinkman, at least he has Nolte out.
Yeah.
About, once again, about 15, 20 feet away from the basket.
Nolte's coming out that far to guard him.
Overbeck with the drive, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Brinkman. And that's his 4th foul, and that's the 6th for Reading. So kind of a double whammy, Ed, because that means Indian Hill's going to be at the line the rest of the night.
And I would certainly suspect they're going to look inside to Nolte, try to get that 5th foul on Brinkman.
Well, Brinkman's still in the ball game, guarding Nolte. This would be a good time to give it to Nolte. They can't find him, though, because Rodney Stidham steals it away from Madden. Stidham, three-pointer, yes! And just like that, it's back to a 1-point ball game.
And Bill, I think that timeout was taken to get Brinkman out because they knew Indian Hill was going to look inside.
And Rich Benjamin takes a full timeout. I'd like to tell you a little bit about SportsView this week. And we'll tell you about our SportsView time this week. Our show that runs all the way up through February the 2nd. We had a chance to go over and talk to Coach Carl Kremer over at Moeller High School. Very good interview with him. And we'll also be spotlighting our 2 players of the week. And one player is, we had the game the other night. Sonny Schnell is our male player of the week. Our female player of the week, well, she plays right across the street from here over Mount Notre Dame, Cassie Brannon. Next week, we're going to be talking about the seedings. And boy, there'll be a lot of talk in town about the seedings next week. And, of course, the girls' seedings didn't go off this past weekend. It was canceled by that white death snow that we had here, about a ½ inch or something. But so the boys and girls seedings are both going to be on Saturday the 29th. It's going to be interesting to see how these teams, but we'll be talking about on SportsView. And we do have a very special feature next week. We're going to do a feature on where are they now. And Well, let's just put it this way. We're going up to Ohio State University to the women's program up there, and I'll let you figure out who we're going to be talking to. So,
probably a player I used to coach against at Little Miami.
I think so. So Nolte in the paint.